Planet Morges. Ambient temperature negative 33.67 degrees. Local time is 23:19:47 GST. All systems nominal.
Hey guys, welcome back once again to Let's Play Mechwarrior 2. You can see for this mission, instead of being dropped off from a dropship, we're actually powering up in a mech hangar already inside the city.
External camera engaged.
For this mission I'm using an 85-ton Marauder 2C. I've picked an entirely short-range weapon loadout, which should be pretty effective in this close-in urban terrain.
Group fire engaged.
As you can see.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Here's a kind of unusual mech. It's the only inner sphere design in the game. It's an 85-ton Battlemaster, and as you can see it's piloted by a Kellhound. We're finding a mixed force of Wolf pilots and Kellhound mercenaries in this mission. The Battlemaster is kind of dangerous. Mostly you just have to worry about the PVC it's got in that gun-looking thing it's holding in its right hand. It doesn't really stand up to the clan designs, however.
Heat level critical.
Well, my favourite tactic for fighting heavy mechs still works pretty well. Just get behind them and they have trouble turning around. There are quite a few enemy mechs you need to take on in this mission. It's pretty straightforward and it's not as tough as the previous two missions, so it's kind of a nice change of pace. You can see we are in a domed city, as the briefing told us. Those lovely 1995 graphics. I guess we're walking through a kind of marketplace at the moment. You kind of need some imagination sometimes to appreciate some of Mechwarrior 2's graphics. So yeah, this is a pretty straightforward combat patrol, search and destroy, whatever you want to call it. You just go out into the city and kill everything. You do face quite a few enemy mechs, so you kind of need to know what you're doing, but for the most part it's pretty easy, and it's definitely not as hard as the last mission. At least you don't have a defend objective to prevent enemy mechs from taking out a very vulnerable air control tower or anything like that. You can see most of the mechs are sort of lined up, and you'll want to start your attack from one end of the line rather than diving right into the middle and ending up getting surrounded. Once again, the satellite view is invaluable for just seeing where you are and seeing where the enemies are. It's even more useful in this mission than in the trials because the terrain is even denser and you kind of get to know the terrain of the trial arenas, but this city's going to be all new by now. The only kind of tricky thing in this mission is that approaching the enemy mechs will power them up and they'll come after you. So pretty much you only want to approach one at a time if you can help it. Now the terrain does make that tricky, but so long as you're fighting one or two mechs at once it's okay. You just don't want to blunder into the middle of their formation there and end up fighting 5 or 6. Still don't know why the SRMs have the PPC firing sound effect. Presumably it's not a mistake because it was never fixed in any of the subsequent versions of Mechwarrior 2.
Shutdown sequence overridden.
4 SRMs and 4 machine guns and 2 medium pulse lasers really make pretty short work of all the targets in this mission. You really don't need to waste tonnage or space on long-range weapons since you won't be able to use those effectively, and so it's a much better idea just to take lots of short-range weapons which are very powerful and just batter your enemies into submission.
Enemy mech destroyed.
We are fighting a combined force of Wolf Mechwarriors and Kellhound mercenaries. Now, all the entirely clan mechs, like this Mad Dog, are all piloted by Wolves, and The Battlemaster, obviously, and the 2C mechs, like this Marauder and the Rifleman, are all piloted by Hellhounds. I guess they didn't want to model a whole bunch of Inner Sphere battle mechs for what's really only a few missions at the end of the Jade Falcon campaign, so the 2C variants are close enough.
Shutdown sequence initiated. Shutdown sequence overridden. Enemy mech destroyed.
You might have noticed we don't have any star mates for this mission. I guess this is supposed to be a sort of emergency response scramble where you don't have time to get anyone but you out in the field. You might remember there was a Kid Fox in the hangar with us at the start, but I guess there was no pilot available for it.
Satellite link established.
Still, the city doesn't really seem to be under attack. All these mechs are just kind of waiting around for you to make your move, and they're not even powered down, because you can see them on the radar. They're just sitting there and waiting for you. I don't really know what's going on, but it's kind of hanging around and not doing anything in particular. Funnily enough, this Rifleman doesn't turn and run once I've blown off his arms, as I've become accustomed to. It looks like he's actually trying to ram into me, which is probably something I would do if I was in his situation. I guess that's better than seeing him turn around and run away, which is what we usually see when a Rifleman or any other mech loses its arms. Still, I don't think it's going to be very effective.
Enemy mech destroyed.
It's the last
Primary objective, destroy enemy mech units. Successful. Proceed to mech hangar for shutdown.
Well, we've swept the city clean of Hellhounds and Wolves, and now instead of a dust-off point for a pickup by dropship, we're just going to return back to our hangar that we powered up at the start of the mission. We can go back and hang out with our powered-down Kid Fox buddy in the hangar back there. I would have appreciated some Starmate help in this mission, but as it turns out, it's not really necessary. Well, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching again, guys. I'll see you all next time for Jade Falcon Mission 15, Bronze Anvil.
Nav Kappa reached mission successful.